Hello soil lovers, I'm at the Burwood Brick Works and it's a quite special building here because there's something happening on the rooftop. Something special that I'm going to show you about very soon. So this is in the heart of Burwood. It's a development shopping centre and it also has residential. So it's a little bit of like a mixed ecosystem, retail, living and something special on the roof. So let's go up and have a look what that is. Okay, so I've made it up the top of the rooftop. Are you ready to see what's here? In the middle of Burwood is a garden, a rooftop garden. It's all been designed and we're gonna go for a little bit of a tour around this. Let's take a look around about what's going on here in Burwood, Victoria. So I'm now in the Olive Grove here on the rooftop in the Burwood Brickworks shopping centre. So below me is actually a shopping centre, and in the shopping centre there is a lot of shops that support ethically grown, ethically sourced produce. And so it's almost like every thought of this building, I noticed as I was walking around the shopping centre, there were plaques about how the timber used in the seating has been recycled, or how the beams of certain parts of this building have been repurposed. And I just think it's an amazing project to have every single thought. The store holders, there's companies here that are all about low packaging or understanding gut health, and there are organic butchers, and there's a food court that's all about eating healthy. But what's really exciting is the Acre Farm restaurant, which is who's the owner of this amazing rooftop garden. And so their goal is to produce as much of the food that ends up in your plate when you eat in their restaurant from this garden. They even have a quail coop here. So this is, what's it say there? Oh yeah, so this is a quail coop. And so there's just so many different areas of this garden. I'm so excited because this is all sitting on a rooftop that's all been specifically designed. They've got massive water tanks in the ground that is watering the produce. Everything's grown in, a lot of the trees here are grown in planter boxes, but watering and hydrating and keeping the soil protected. They've got wide garden beds here, which is awesome to see. So not a lot of like little strips of garden beds, but because this is designed to grow food for the restaurant, everything doesn't have to be accessible. It's got a farm plan. This is basically an urban farm. They have a 3-year plus plan. They know what they're going to be growing in different beds. They've got crop rotation happening. The soil profile, they've got cover crops using different plants. Some of them are working, some of them are not. They're experimenting. They're seeing what does work. Being on a rooftop, you've got harsh elements of sun baking the ground and the concrete storing thermal mass. You've got wind that dehydrates and dries up everything. And just notice in the background, this is a bug hotel. So they're encouraging bugs to come in, and they're seeing that as different bugs and wildlife come in. They've also got some beehives that are being managed by another company, I think. So bringing in the bees has encouraged other insects to come. The bees are pollinating. Birds and wildlife is coming into the rooftop. I just can't believe that I'm in the middle of Burwood and I'm on a shopping centre roof. And this is the amazing abundance of produce. Now, unfortunately, due to COVID, they had to slow the farm produce down. So there is some underutilized land, but just an amazing way where you can come and eat the food that's grown in the restaurant. They even have a greenhouse, or would you call it a hothouse? And I've just been chatting to the farm manager here, Alex, and how they're using hydroponics to grow the food and using computer technology to track and measure the nutrient density of the water and alter that to make sure that they get the best growing for each particular plant in different parts.
Hi, how you doing? Alex, nice man. Help run the hydroponics here at Acre Farm. So yeah, at the moment we're growing 3 main crop varieties: herbs, leafy greens, and edible flowers.
Right.
So you'll see that most of the channels are empty at the moment, given the COVID lockdowns. Management becomes quite an issue, but also the other is that we don't have enough light. So what we've done to sort of address this problem is most of the plants now grow outside the channels or on the top, where they get like the light requirements the plants need. And then we have sort of parsley, red sorrel, and then we get like coriander and basil, especially over the warmer months. They're sort of the main herb varieties. Leafy greens, so we've got a couple, we've got oak leaf and endive, and then iceberg lettuce, the 3 main ones. And then on top of that, we've got nasturtium leaves, which are like edible flowers the kitchens use. Yeah, there's a lot going on. So we use hydroponics, specifically what's called NFT, or a nutrient film technique. So if you have a look at the channel itself, this is inside the channel. So the nutrient water actually runs down the bottom of the channel, and then you put the lid on top, right? And then when the lid's on top, you have a plug, and the plant goes in, and the water is collected with the roots by the plant. And that's how it runs. And we have about 10,000 plants roughly running in the system when it's full. And then we have a computer system that automates the pH to make sure the acidity level is not too high, not too low, to keep the plants in optimal growing conditions. And the same with what's called the EC, electrical conductivity, which measures the amount of nutrients and salt within the water. And you have each plant variety actually has their own level of nutrients they require for optimal sort of growing conditions as well. Yeah, and all the water is recycled from the system, goes back through, so you're using about 99% less water than traditional farming methods, and about 66% less nutrient than traditional farming methods, which is one of the main things we try to get going here, very sustainable production. Yeah, so all the pesticide is an organic-based pesticide, especially because we have sort of people that come through here. There's no harsh chemicals used, and the whole system sort of runs like almost, it's a semi-automated system. So we've got misting systems, thermal screens, which help with the sunlight keep the plants cool. And then we've got fans for ventilation to make sure that the plants don't get mouldy. Yeah, so there's a few things going on at the moment, and then the water is all controlled automatically through an irrigation system. Yeah, so we've got 2 main computers as well. The water's sterilised using UV, so the UV actually sterilises the water to make sure there's no bacteria that would go through the plant root system. And there you go, it's a quick rundown.
Awesome, love that. An amazing thing that can be like very close to you. So if you're living in Victoria, Melbourne, I highly recommend that you come out and check out Acres Farm in Burwood. It's a bit hidden on the roof, so once you get to the Brickworks, Burwood Brickworks Shopping Centre, head upstairs and you'll be addressed with this abundance amount of food and greenery and produce that's just absolutely delightful to experience. And I've really enjoyed chatting to the organisers and the managers of this farm for our research in our community garden in South Yarra. So thank you very much to them for spending the morning with me and showing me the pros and the benefits of having a rooftop garden. And so that's been really, really fun to hang out and see and hear their story. And they're looking to run some educational programs and get some working bees and volunteering going on. So super excited to watch this space. I'll pop links around the video if you want to learn more and come on down and have a great meal, have a coffee, and take a wander around this beautiful garden. All right, that's enough from me. Until next time, get outside. Look, middle of winter, outside, no rain, sun is shining. Get outside, get your hands dirty and keep digging deeper into your soils. I'm Regen Ray for Farming Secrets.